Hey, I just had a super interesting conversation with a colleague. This is a therapist who's feeling frustrated about how much, or should I say how little, money she's making. She said to me, Alana, I get a decent amount of referrals, and many of these referrals turn into clients. So it's really discouraging to me that I can't seem to make the type of money that would allow me to breathe a little. So we drilled down a little bit into what's going on for her. We looked at her referral stream, her conversion rate from consultation calls, and then we looked at her clients' lifespan. How many sessions do her clients attend before they phase out of therapy? We combed through a lot of data, and then we realized what's going on. So she's great at converting new clients from consultation calls. Most of them will book a session. But what we realized was a significant number of her clients were dropping off after 4 or 5 sessions. This is not at all unusual. It's in fact so common that I coined a term for it called the 4-session slump. So what that is clients come in for a few sessions, we think things are going well, the connection is good, but then they ghost us. Sometimes they tell us, I just need to check my schedule, I'll book in once I have things sorted, and then we don't hear from them. Here's my take on it. During the first couple sessions, clients feel relieved. It feels good to be talking to somebody and just getting things out there. It feels good to have attention and care and focus on us. But our sessions will start to lose traction after a while if we aren't able to do 2 key things. So first of all, we need to play a very active role in cutting through the stories and situations that clients bring to therapy. We need to help them see the core emotion and needs that are the common denominator across all of their struggles. The best way to do this is when a client is sharing a story or an experience, we need to stop them throughout to ask them questions. Most therapists don't like doing this. It feels disrespectful to interrupt. This is not what I would call interrupting out of boredom or wanting to get to the point. This is actually a way of showing our clients that we're paying attention. For example, whoa, wait a minute. That sounds really hard. Can I ask what bothered you the most about that? You might let them tell you about a reaction they had and then stop them and say, wait a minute, so that reaction that you're describing, is this the first time you've had a reaction like this? Have you reacted that way to people in the past? You might ask when they're describing some emotionally charged feelings coming up in a relationship. What's driving that feeling? Like when you have that feeling, what are you telling yourself about that person? You might even help clarify a feeling. So you've said you were upset. Can we get more specific about what upset actually feels like? Like, does it feel more angry? Does it feel more sad? Like, let's just really get as granular as possible about the feeling that was coming up for you. How do you wish she would respond to you when is another great question, accessing the client's longings and wishes. The other thing we need to do very early on is effectively present clients with a glimpse, just a glimpse into their transformation. This helps them commit to the process. Therapy is a process. It's not always going to be easy. They need to know why they're in it, what they can expect. And sometimes, to be fair, that starts to unfold slowly as we get to know the client more. But if we're getting to the internal problem in those first couple of sessions, we'll be able to ask clients questions like, what will it feel like when you're no longer hijacked by this long-standing pattern? What will it feel like for you when you can set a boundary without feeling overcome by guilt? What will it feel like for you when a friend or a partner says no or they disappoint you and you don't spiral this way? What do you imagine that will change for you in your life? How will that free you up in ways that you hadn't expected? So giving them a taste of, if you and I are able to really make some headway and make some shifts into this pattern, what do you imagine life could be like for you? If you don't do that, The good vibes, the empathy, and yes, even the tools will start to wear thin. Clients need to feel there's a sense of continuity, that there's a reason that they're coming to sessions. They need to feel some traction in their sessions. They've suffered long enough. They want change, not just a good conversation from week to week. So let's go back to how this impacts you as a therapist. You need consistency. You've spent tons of money on graduate school, extra training, a website. You and your clients share a problem, actually. You both require consistent repeat visits. Bear with me. Your client needs a minimum of 8 visits in order to experience sustainable change, probably more. This is not my idea, by the way. This is what the breadth of research into psychology and therapy tells us. Again and again, we're seeing that clients need a minimum of 8 visits, actually preferably 12. The worst part about clients who prematurely end therapy is that they leave before they can experience the type of shifts that really stay with them, that really make a marked change in how they show up in the world. The good news is you don't have to change who you are fundamentally as a therapist in order to get more commitment and consistency from your clients. You don't need to adopt a new model. You don't need to sell your clients anything. You can still practice the modalities that feel aligned with you. You do not need to be a smarmy salesperson. Let me repeat that. You just need to make some adjustments as to how you structure that first session or two. And you'll most certainly need to also look at your mindset around showing leadership in your sessions with clients. So follow me as I share more insights into what's holding you back from having financial sustainability and the consistency that you deserve. See you in the next one.